The panic attacks were finally subsiding. 2 weeks in this heavy, foreign body, and the screaming in my head had quieted to a dull roar. I owed that sanity to Becky. Specifically, the real Becky, currently living her best life in my sculpted, size 0 body. She texted me constantly, reassuring me. We will fix this, Fallon. Just hold on. We are in this together. Warmth unfurled in my chest. I used to look right through her. Becky was the ghost of the hallway. The girl who ate alone in the bathroom stalls. The smudge on the pristine glass of our elite academy. If I, Fallon, was the untouchable moon high above, Becky was the mud everyone wiped their boots on. But under that silence? She was kind. 2 weeks of shared trauma had bonded us tighter than blood. Best friends by necessity. I burst into the classroom, lungs wheezing like a broken accordion, just as the bell screamed. I collapsed into my seat in the back row, the leper colony. That was where Mr. Kraft put us. Right next to the trash can. This school was a playground for the 1%. Old money, new money, tech money. Then there was us. Me, currently the scholarship kid's daughter, and Silas. Silas was here on an athletic scholarship. Dirt poor. Just like Becky. Usually, he slept. Becky stared at the wall. An unspoken truce of invisibility. Today, I broke it. Silas. I shoved 2 hard-boiled eggs and a carton of milk onto his desk. Eat these. My diet started now. Becky's parents, Susan and Hank, were poor, but they compensated with calories. They loved her to death and proved it by stuffing her face. Breakfast was a feast, 6 eggs, 2 milks, 5 massive sausage biscuits. I was drowning in carbs. Silas cracked one eye open. He looked at the eggs, then at me. A slow, lazy smirk spread across his face. Becky. You got a crush on me or something? I gave him my best "Are you serious?" deadpan. Silas and Harrison. The school's twin stars. Harrison was the golden boy. The prince. Silas? Silas was the storm. He had that dangerous, jagged edge. Sun-bronzed skin, a jawline sharp enough to cut glass, and eyebrows that always looked like a challenge. He was undeniably gorgeous, but in a way that screamed red flag. Relax. I'm not into guys. I took a sip of milk and tossed a foil-wrapped breakfast sandwich at his chest. I'm cutting calories. Hate to see good food go to waste. Consider it a perk of sitting in the splash zone. Silas was an orphan. His parents died in a car crash back in middle school, leaving him with his grandparents. The rumor mill said they scraped by collecting cans and scrap metal just to keep him enrolled here. He was a teenage athlete burning 5,000 calories a day. He was always starving. During quiet reading time, his stomach growls sounded like angry thunder. The lazy smirk vanished. Silas looked at me. Actually looked at me. Right. I guess I'm doing charity work today. He tore into the sandwich. I finished the milk and glanced at the front ROW.my seat. Fallon's seat was empty. The bell was seconds away. Becky was never late. In the 2 weeks since the swap, she hadn't missed a second. Was she sick? I slipped my phone out. Texted my old number. Nothing. I dialed. Straight to voicemail. A sharp kick to my shin. I jumped. Silas jerked his chin toward the front. Mr. Kraft was patrolling. I shoved the phone deep into my bag just as his shadow fell over our desk. Homeroom was a blur of anxiety. Last night, Becky had been manic, texting me until 2 a.m. I found a way, Fallon. We're swapping back this week. I promise. The second the bell rang, I bolted. I cornered Mr. Kraft at his desk. Mr. Kraft. Fallon. Why isn't she here? He blinked, light reflecting off his shiny scalp. He looked confused that Becky, the class stain, was asking about the class princess. She transferred. The summer sun streamed through the window, but my blood turned to ice. Transferred? Mr. Kraft pushed his glasses up his nose. The whole family moved to Europe. The paperwork was finalized last week. Her friends threw a going-away party on Friday. I assumed everyone knew. His mouth kept moving, but the sound cut out. The floor rushed up to meet me. The last thing I saw was Silas launching himself over his desk, reaching for me. Hey, kid. You back with us? I pried my eyes open. White walls. White curtains. White sheets. Clinical purgatory. Ms. Gable, the school nurse, hovered over me, her face soft with worry. Heat exhaustion. It's brutal out there. Drink this. She pressed a cup of electrolytes into my hand. I sat up. The room tilted on its axis. My brain felt like it was packed with cotton. Then the memory slammed into me. Becky. Becky took my body to Europe. She didn't just transfer. She hijacked my existence and fled the continent. I scrambled off the cot, stumbling toward the door. My vision whited out. Static screamed in my ears. Whoa, easy. Ms. Gable caught my shoulders, forcing me back down. Where's the fire? I already excused you from class. You walk out there now, you're going to faceplant on the asphalt. Rest. I choked back a sob. Panic clawed at my throat. I couldn't rest. I had to find her. I had to scream until someone listened. I ignored the nausea rolling in my gut. I shoved my feet into my sneakers and lurched for the exit. Ms. Gable grabbed my arm. Fallon, stop. I have to go. I yanked my arm free and stumbled into the hallway. Teenagers, I heard her mutter behind me. The pressure is going to kill this generation. I burst out of the infirmary and made a beeline for the school gate. I must have looked like a walking corpse because Officer Dan, the security guard, stepped right in my path.